In this video, Bill Maher tackles woke culture with his trademark sharp humor and unfiltered perspective. He examines the evolving meaning of the term and the controversies surrounding it, drawing on candid moments from The View and other interviews. His commentary is designed to spark debate and challenge prevailing views. Whether you agree with him or not, his take on this divisive topic is compelling and worth watching.
Well, I had a different question, but it struck me that in the first segment you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
Yeah.
So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized. And so I was surprised to hear you use the term, because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the Black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words migrate.
Why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice, who's not for that? But words do migrate. Now, I'll use any term you want.
Okay.
Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super far left, but don't tell me the left
Or maybe the super far right.
Well, he's talking about the left. Well, then
okay,
woke.
but we talked about that. I mean, I think we agree about the danger of the super far right, and I can't say it enough. I think they're the bigger threat. But don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. Mm-hmm. I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay.
The well-known American comedian Bill Maher is once again taking aim at so-called woke culture, this time outside of his usual stand-up setting. Despite the change in platform, he hasn't held back, continuing to mock the movement while challenging those who openly embrace it. During a recent appearance on The View, Maher shared his outspoken views, sparking enough controversy that co-host Whoopi Goldberg appears ready to engage in the debate.
You can't really defend that on the other side very easily.
But before we go, I want to say...
No, we're not going anywhere yet.
Okay, but I just want to say one thing, as we were talking in the break.
Yeah.
Joy is a wonderful human being, and she should not be afraid that people are going to attack her because she said that thing about the swastika on the cap.
Well,
she does not think that as you said to me in the break, you do not think that all the people who are for Trump are Nazis.
No, I don't.
You don't.
I just want them to pay attention to words like vermin and poisoning the blood and the Third Reich. That's all. That's really what I'm asking.
They see Trump as a comedian. They see him as a clown who says crazy things.
They saw Hitler like that.
Right, okay, but that doesn't mean, you can hate Trump. You can't hate everybody who likes him. It is half the
I have some in my family. I don't think they're Nazis.
Okay, great.
The discussion traces back to one of Hollywood's most overused and fiercely debated themes, woke culture. Notably, Bill Maher appears to be deliberately avoiding the term itself, likely aware of the controversy and baggage it carries, even as he continues to address the ideas associated with it.
Woke is what was sort of ruining everything, and I know that you're
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
As the video unfolds, you'll see Bill Maher skillfully dissect the ideas behind so-called woke culture with sharp, persuasive arguments. Interestingly, the term woke itself has become loaded and widely misunderstood. Before diving into his critique, he offered this reflection.
Okay.
Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super far left, but don't tell me the left
Or maybe the super far right.
Well, he's talking about the left. Well, then
okay, but we talked about that. I think we agree about the danger of the super far right, and I can't say it enough. I think they're the bigger threat.
Although woke has become a loaded term, Bill Maher argues that this shift stems from the left moving away from its original principles. In a striking statement, he goes on to identify what he sees as an even greater threat to society, one that, in his view, goes beyond the so-called woke left.
Too dark. Too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. If I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
If you listen closely to this segment, it appears that Bill Maher is suggesting that the far right represents a greater and more serious threat. However, the discussion doesn't stop there. This is where the tone shifts into even darker territory.
Because I think you're almost a free speech absolutist. You believe totally in the right to say what you believe. But I think a lot of us were disturbed to see terrorist flags being waved on American college campuses and seeing this a generation that some I think genuinely care about the plight of the Palestinians. I think most Americans do. But some who seem to be embracing a terrorist organization over the nation of Israel. What do you make of this moment? What do you think it's a result of? How do we fix it?
Well, I mean, it's just astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war is on. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv, a place that has your values. I mean, women have this is a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. I mean, there is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from sexual violence, freedom from sexual harassment.
The LGBTQ community as well.
Yes. You that too. But you throw around the term apartheid. There is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world. Now, this is a war. Do you think Hamas needs to be destroyed? This is the question.
Yes.
You do?
Yes. So how can we do that with a ceasefire?
All right. So Hamas needs to be destroyed because they are a terrorist organization who say openly that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people, on the state of Israel. That's what from the river to the sea means, okay? And they say it very openly. They said, we did this attack. They've attacked Israel 5 times. They've started 5 wars since they were given that land back. They could have chosen to turn that place into any place they wanted to, and they took a lot of money that they took from the international community, and they spent it on bombs and guns and building tunnels.
Regarding the dismantling of Hamas, Bill Maher strongly supports its removal, describing it as a terrorist group that has openly called for the destruction of Israel. He points to Hamas's role in repeated conflicts with Israel, also arguing that international aid has not been used to improve infrastructure or living conditions in Gaza Strip. Maher further claims that resources have instead been directed toward weapons and tunnel networks, which he says escalates the threat to Israel and worsens regional instability.
Notice what I've noticed. But I find that oftentimes when I'm watching the news, I'm only getting portions, because one of the things that happens, I was listening to you talk about the kids that had the Hamas flags. It reminded me of when people were saying Antifa is there, and doing that. So bad players show up and make stuff happen. But do you find that the view that we're being shown seems to be meant to guide us into thinking about people one way, when in fact it may be a much bigger conversation?
Oh, of course. I mean, the media is always going to just chase what is interesting to watch. I mean, I used to be able to watch the nightly news, for example. I can't do it. I mean, first of all, it should be called, here's some video we found that's fun to watch. That's not the news. Like anything that happens on a plane. Like the plane skidded off the runway, so what? Call me when anybody died, and it's not, the door fell off. Okay, I'm sorry.
I understand the door falling off, but you don't want to be up in the air.
No,
okay, I'm sorry. That one I needed to know. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And then by the time you get to the last segment, it's just, the bears in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
It's just nothing.
Yeah.
And it's narrative over truth. I mean, it's not like when I hear people talk on either side of it, I always think they're lying. They're just telling me half of it.
Yeah.
And I never trust them anywhere until I check out the other half.
Yeah.
And it's tedious.
Yeah.
I just want one place, and of course it's my book and my show.